the daily grades, what are the things that you're consistently grading the best at? What are the things that, and maybe not even in the grades, what are the things that you feel like you're doing best right now as a quarterback?
Yeah, I think this is the most reps I've ever had, here in New Orleans, and I think every day, my comfort level of getting out, seeing things, and making quick decisions just gets better and better, and that's all about experience, all about getting reps. And as I look back to historical, the camps that I've been in the past to this one, that's what really sticks out to me. But it's been a rep thing.
Sean said you were quicker getting through progressions, that there's a noticeable difference. I'm guessing you feel that too.
Yeah, and I guess it's two ways to say the same thing. So again, my comfort level operating in the offense just continues to grow and grow, and it really becomes it's all about reps. The more reps you get, the more comfortable you are, the quicker you see it, and the quicker you get through it.
2 weeks in, are you eager to see how all this work translates onto the field against an opponent?
Yeah, for sure. I know it's preseason, but anytime you have an opportunity to go out and compete, you want to make the most of it. So that has never changed. So it's another opportunity to get better, and I'm excited for a lot of guys. There's a lot of really good relationships, a lot of good friendships in the locker room, and this is a great opportunity for everybody. And I look forward to these opportunities just as those guys do, and I'm going to do my best to facilitate these guys having a good experience.
Hey, so do you have a different mindset, whether you're playing quarterback and you're running the ball, you take off and run, as far as hook sliding or getting out of bounds, versus I'm playing and this is my play, whether I'm running over somebody or running around them? Or
Yeah, look, this is a question that I've been asked throughout my entire career, at BYU, and it's a hard thing to balance, and I think at the end of the day, the most important thing, if you're the guy, is all about availability. So I think that there are opportunities when, you might need to be Superman, depending on the situation, but at the end of the day, you got to be available for your teammates, and you got to protect yourself. So that is something that I think about regularly.
Honest question: Have you practiced sliding? I'm not sure I've seen you slide.
Do you know how to slide?
Yeah. There's some film out there of me sliding somewhere. I have not practiced sliding in New Orleans. We did practice sliding when I was back at BYU, and it was a big joke back there. But I think that, look, it's one of those things that availability is the most important thing, at that point, and so it's something that I'm mindful of.
Has this training camp felt a little different for you since you're just getting to focus on it?
Yeah, man. I've had so much fun this training camp. As I look at my career in the NFL, the ultimate opportunity and goal was to be in this situation, to have the opportunity to play quarterback. And so as I look back at other training camps, man, reps were so limited, and now I'm having the opportunity to get reps and see so many different things. And I think that my progression as a quarterback has been really good. And again, you just can't replicate, reps and experience. And it's been a really fun camp to do that.
So when you have, this is unusual for a lot of us who have covered the team for a while, but when you have a situation in preseason where there's no designated starter yet, how does the importance of the preseason games compare to just like today and every other practice you're out here? Do you just look at it all the same, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, to me, every day is an opportunity to get better, and I think we go through different installs and we have different things that we're working on and everything else. So I will say that my mindset will be the same. I think it's hard to say that a practice would be more important than, even a preseason game, because I think anytime you can simulate a game, and there's so many situations that you get put in those games that those are super valuable reps, and it'll be really important for sure. And I'm excited for the opportunity, but I do think, there's also a lot of variables when you get to the preseason and things that you can't really control. So I think it's all part of the evaluation. I don't know where coach's mindset is on all that, but every day is important. Every day is an opportunity to get better, and whether that's practice or a preseason game, I approach it the same way.
Have you gotten any indication one way or the other on who's going to get the first reps, and will that even matter to you in the grand scheme?
No indication, so I'm not sure where they're at on that. But coach will handle that when he does, and again, those are things that are out of my control. So try not to worry about those ones and just be ready and make the most of the opportunity you get.
You had a couple nice connections in the end zone in recent days with Jawan Johnson the other day and Marquez Callaway the other day. Are people maybe underestimating how far along these 2 second-year undrafted guys and really your whole receiving core in general?
I don't really know what's being said about those guys, but I think they're great players, and I think that they're really good. I think Jawan is a guy that can create a lot of mismatches for us, and he's had a nice camp. I think Marquez has had a nice camp. I think for me personally, it's what I expected from those guys. I'm not surprised to see them make plays the way that they have, and as a quarterback, you try to create opportunities for them to see what they can do, especially in a camp setting like this, and those guys have really stepped up.
You talk about, this is more a point of information, but talk about things being out of your control during a preseason game. Are you referring to how coaches might use certain personnel packages and play calls because they specifically want to learn something about a player other than you?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there's a lot of things that are going into a preseason game, where I know teams do things differently, but we really, we have one day that we kind of prep for those preseason games, and it's all about, man, can you just get out and execute and play fundamental, play sound football? But there are a lot of other things in terms of personnel that that are out of your control.
Taysom, are there any difficulties in building momentum when it's you're kind of going back and forth in practice with different groups and switching every other day and that?
Yeah, I think that there's a comfort level as you're rotating. You might get really comfortable with a guy, and then the next day you don't have him, or you're not throwing it to him. But at the end of the day, you're trying to bring an entire core and elevate their play, and so I think it's a good exercise for all of us, to get reps with different guys and see what they're capable of. And as you guys know, and as you have seen, it's not a matter of if you get injured. It's a matter of winning this league, and we certainly have a next man up mentality here. And so I think it's also been a great experience and a great opportunity to work with a ton of different guys this camp, and because we're going to need all of them.
Taysom, you were talking about Marquez Callaway. Was he somebody you could see about to take the next step, just from a confidence standpoint? He looks like a guy who's kind of asserting himself as a number one.
Yeah, I think that we saw it last year. I think back to what he was doing last year, and this was a kid that when you created opportunities for him, he took advantage of it. And so I would say I saw that last year from him as a rookie. And now, Mike is banged up, and he's had an opportunity to continue to step up, and more opportunities presented for himself, and he's just picking up where he left off. And that's what this league is all about, is taking advantage of the opportunity, and he's a guy that has done that.
And then Deontay, it seems like, both you and James have a lot of confidence in him.
Mm-hmm.
When you see him in man coverage,
Yeah.
you got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Deontay is a special talent. He's a super rare player, and he's a guy that, man, he's just as quick as he is fast. And you talk about a guy that can create separation, it's him. And so you see man coverage. I can tell you as a quarterback, he's a guy that you're going to sit on a little bit longer because you know he's going to win. All good. Thanks, guys.